Welcome to Narayana online digital classes. This is Shiv Krishna, chemistry faculty, Narayana Madhapur. Actually, today I brought some important question regarding to the color properties of the transition metals. Let us see one by one. Which of the following statement is incorrect? Before we are going to discuss the color properties of the transition metal, we should learn a minimum basic point. What is that? There should be minimum one unpaired electron in the d orbital or d subshell, which causes dd transition and exhibits color to the transition metal ions and their compounds. Therefore, what is the requirement for that? There should be one minimum unpaired electron in the d orbital. Let us consider which of the following statement is incorrect. Mercurous ion exists as Hg+. Is it correct? Let us see some more options also. Mercurous ion is diamagnetic and exists as a dimer. Yes, that is the correct one. It exists as Hg and plus 2. It exists as Hg2 plus 2. So, mercurous ion is colorless. Yes, because of all paired electron. There is no unpaired electron in the d level and next d sub level. And there is a covalent bond between the two Hg plus ion. Actually, this is plus 1 charge and this is plus 1 charge and the overall become plus 2. Yes, there is a covalent bond between the two Hg plus ion and the overall become Hg2 plus 2. That is why statement 2 is correct and the statement 3 is correct and statement 4 is correct. That is why statement 1 is a wrong statement. So, once again, while we are entering into the color properties, you see what is the requirement condition. There should be a one unpaired d electron. Due to what happens are, already you know the d orbital splits into two sets, T2g set and EG set. Okay, the degenerate d orbital splits into two sets because of a ligand presence. If one unpaired electron is present, by taking the visible light energy, my electron gets excited from T2z to EZ and they de-excited from EZ to T2z depending upon the EZ and T2z energy levels. Yes or no? In octahedral complexes, EZ having more energy and T2z having the less energy. And other tetrahedral complex, T2z having higher energy, EZ having lesser energy. There will be a transition takes place between the what is that Nana? D orbitals. While they exciting absorbs energy and de-exciting releases energy, the complementary color will be exhibited by taking visible region energy or light. Got my point, student? This is the minimum basic thing required for our topic. Now, go for the next question. Yes, which is not a true statement. Ions of d black elements are colored due to dd transition. Ions of d black elements are colored due to dd transition. As that is only we just now discussed. Ions of black elements are colored due to FF transition. Yes, because of f orbital electron transition. And scandium H2O taken 6 plus 3, that is what you call this is hexa aqua scandium 3 ion. What you call this is hexa aqua titanium 4 ion are colored complexes. They are colored or not. How could you check? You take scandium plus 3. Previously only you wrote scandium, that is 21. That is 3d0 and 4s0. No d electron. If you go for titanium, that is atomic number 22. Titanium plus 4, 3d4, 3d2, 4s2, and again become 3d0, 4s0. No d electron is observed. As no d electron, no electronic transition, no absorption of energy, no release of energy. How could they exhibit color property? That is the reason why scandium plus 3 and titanium plus 4 are not a colored complexes, but they given as colored ions. Wrong statement. And copper plus is a colorless ion. Copper plus 3d10, 4s0. This is the copper plus ion. Again there will be a d10 configuration. As there is a filled electron configuration, as there is a filled electronic configuration, all the electron gets paired. There is no gap to excite the electron and to de-excite. That means that electron transition cannot be occur because of paired electrons. Even there is a single unpaired electron, there is a chance to excite and de-excite the electron. That is the reason why, because of no unpaired or no d electron, unpaired d electron, copper plus is a colorless ion. Okay, yes, the statement given is a correct statement. That is the reason why option 1, 2, 4 are correct and 3 is incorrect, because of no unpaired d electron or no d electron. Understood, student? And next, you go for the next question. Yes, match the solution given column 1 and column 2 with their colors given below. Column 1, actually some space drawback, we written like this: FeSO4 7H2O, FeSO4 7H2O. That means the ion charge is +2. Ferrous ion is present, and NiCl2 4H2O. Okay, tetrahydrated nickel chloride. Here nickel charge is +2 because each chloride is -1, that is become Ni +2. Water is already 0, and you go for MnCl2 4H2O. That is water again 0, each chloride is -1, that is -2, then manganese become +2. Here I think you are getting some doubt. Yes, manganese is +2 and cobalt chloride COCl2 8H2O they given. Again water is neutral and chloride is -2 and cobalt is +2. Iron +2, ferrous ion, nickel +2 ion, manganese +2 ion, cobalt +2 ion. You have to think their colors. Yes, first Fe +2. Fe +2 generally having pale green color. Yes, Fe +2 having pale green color. That means you should have a good knowledge on the ions and their color exhibited by them. Yes, you should know. Number 2, that means their color depends upon electron transition. Electron transition again depends upon two things. One is the ligand presence. Number 2, number of unpaired electrons. That is pale green color, Fe +2. Second one, who is that? Ni +2. Generally Ni +2 is dark green color when compared to Fe +2. And the third one is manganese +2. Yes sir, manganese generally having buff color, that is light pink color, meat color. Light pink color. And you go for the fourth option, cobalt, CuCl2. I am sorry sir, that is Cu2Cl2. In Cu2Cl2, copper is +1. Copper is +1, that is 3D10 and 4s0. Generally it should be colorless. Cu2Cl2, Cu +1, but because of what is that, Nana? 3D9 4s1 configuration also it can exhibit in color. What is that? Aqueous solution that become green color. That is why it become green in color. So iron +2 is pale green, nickel +2 is green, manganese +2 is light pink, and Cu2Cl2 is green color. And oh, there is a COCl2 also. Yes, COCl2, cobalt +2. Generally cobalt +2 also pink in color. That is why answer should be 1. Pale green, green, light pink, pink and green color. These are the examples given for the colors. Next you go for the next discussion. Yes. Which of the following ion is colored in its aqueous solution? Yes. Let us take cadmium. How to identify? You know already. Zinc, cadmium, mercury. These are the second B group or 12th group elements. Zn+2 and Cd+2. What is their configuration? 3D10 and 4s0. What about the cadmium configuration? 4d10 and 5s0. Mercury was not given. In Zn+2 and Cd+2. Zn+2 and Cd+2. No unpaired electron is present in the d sublevel. No dd transition. No color exhibited. Not possible in these two. If we go for scandium, what is the scandium configuration? 3d1 4s2, 21 scandium, and scandium +3 is 3d0 and 4s0. That means no d electron is present. As no d electron, again no dd transition, no color absorbs, no color emitted. That is why no color exhibited. And titanium is atomic number 22, that is 3d2 and 4s2. Titanium +3 configuration is 3d1 and 4s0. That means there will be a one unpaired electron. Yes, even one unpaired electron is enough to cause dd transition. That is why my titanium +3 can exhibit a color in aqueous solution. Got my point, student? Now go for next problem. Yes, transition metals are colored due to the following electronic transition. Yes, transition metals are colored due to which of the transition? Either dd transition or ff transition. No ds transition, no sp transition, no fs transition. Which transition is occurred? dd transition, because splitting of d orbital causes excitation and de-excitation, which absorbs energy and re-emits the complementary color, which will be observed by our naked eye. That is the reason. Okay, next we go for the next question. In which pair both ions are colored in aqueous medium? Again, when they given ion, just you find out the number of unpaired electron, then automatically you can get the answer. Scandium +3. Let us consider scandium +3, that is 3d0 and 4s0 because of 21. What is that atomic number? If you go for Zn+2, that is zinc, just now you wrote 3d10 and 4s0. Now you go for copper +2. Yes, copper +2 is 3d9 and 4s0. And you go for titanium +4. Yes, titanium is 22, whose color is that is, what is the configuration? I am sorry, electron configuration 3d0 and 4s0. You go for titanium plus 3. Again titanium is 22, that is 3d1 and 4s0. 3d1 and 4s0. Now you go for cobalt plus 3. Cobalt is 27, 3d7, 4s2, that is 3d6 and 4s0. Cadmium, just now I shown you, cadmium belongs to second B group, that is equal to cadmium 4d10 and 5s0, and manganese plus 2. Okay, manganese plus 2, that is 3d5 and 4s0. While observe that which of the pair both ions are colored in aqueous solution. No d electron, completely filled d electron. No d electron, completely filled d orbital. No chance of dd transition. Copper plus 2, titanium plus 4. One unpaired electron, no unpaired electron. It can exhibit the color, but it cannot exhibit the color. In this one, both cannot exhibit the color. Why sir? One unpaired electron is there, exhibit color. Zero unpaired electron. Zero unpaired electron means no dd transition. Yes, no choice for this one. And what they given? Both ions, but one is ion colored, another ion is not colored. Now, titanium plus 3, one unpaired electron is there. Yes, they can exhibit the color. And you go for cobalt plus 3. Yes, there are 4 unpaired electron, because 3d6 configuration, 4 unpaired electron is there, they can exhibit the color. So titanium plus 3 and cobalt plus 3, that is 3d6 and 4s0. Yes, this pair can exhibit, both of them is colored. And I go for this also, completely filled, and manganese plus 2. Yes, here is the important point, student. You can ask me the question. Yes, this is the important, very important point I should discuss. Sir, here completely filled d electrons, no dd transition is occur. That's why it is not colored, sir. But what about this, sir? 3d5? Yes, student. In 3d5, while if you are observing the logic, oh, I am sorry, and cadmium and magnesium we are going to discuss. Cadmium and magnesium we are discussing. Cadmium plus 2 and manganese plus 2. Cadmium 4d10 and 5s0, because of no dd transition, because of no unpaired electron, no dd transition is okay. What about the manganese plus 2, sir? Manganese 3d5 and 4s0. There is a unpaired electron in it, even though it is a colorless compound. Why it is? That is, let us say Eg set and T2G set. How the fill the 5 electron? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I am filling like this. The 5 electron in the T2G and Eg set. That Eg is the doubly generated Eg set of filled configuration, and triply generated T2G set, that is the 3 electrons, okay, are off filled. That means Eg set is off filled electronic configuration, T2G set is off filled electron configuration. That is off filled or fully filled electronic sublevels are stable. That is why this spin, that is transition, is not occur. This transition is called spin forbidden transition. This transition is called spin forbidden transition. Because of the spin forbidden transition, no choice of transition. That is why no color absorbs, no color. Sir, is not possible in anywhere? Yes, under visible light. You please underline. Under visible light, the energy is not sufficient to overcome the stability of electronic configuration. Under visible light, the energy is not sufficient to overcome the stability. That is the reason why the transition was not occur. That is called spin forbidden transition. That is why even though there is a unpaired electron, it does not show any color. That is the reason why this is what is just now said 0 and paired electron. This is 1 unpaired, 0 unpaired electron. This is no unpaired, 5 unpaired with spin forbidden. Because of this reason, all these are not colored. The one and only pair, both are having colors, is titanium plus 3 and cobalt plus 3. In this one, this example is very, very important. This example is very important. Please, what is that? Take it in your mind. That is, even though the 5 unpaired electron is present, they are spin forbidden transition. Spin forbidden means the energy is not sufficient to overcome the stability of T2Z3 and EZ2. Got my point, student? Now we go for the next question. Yes, MnO4. Yes, here is one important thing. Along with the DD transition, to exhibit the colors for the transition metal ion, one more reason is charge transfer phenomena. Charge transfer phenomena. Generally, the colors are due to either by DD transition or by charge transfer from the anion to cation of the complex. Now you see, MnO4 minus is intense pink color, even though Mn plus 7 oxidation state. Let us see KMnO4. Have you seen in your laboratory or anywhere in your school level also? In school level onwards, they are showing KMnO4 practicals. That generally KMnO4 having which color? Pink color. Manganese belongs to which group? 3D transition element. 3D transition element. KMnO4 is a pink color. Manganese, the central atom, is a transition element, and K is plus 1, O minus 8, manganese plus 7. You may get doubt, sir, in manganese oxygen may not be the oxide, sir. No, it should be the peroxide. Sorry, there should be the oxide only. Manganese. Like this. Tetrahedrally present. Generally, we are expecting this is a D3S, not the sp3. D3S hybridization we are expecting in the KMnO4. If you see, that is why all are oxides. 4 2s are minus 8, K is plus 1, then manganese should be plus 1, plus 7. As the manganese is plus 7, the configuration should be 3D0 and 4S0 for the manganese plus 7. According to the previous discussion, what we have done, there should be minimum 1 unpaired electron. There should be minimum 1 unpaired electron to exhibit the colors. But is there any unpaired electron in them? No. Even though your KMnO4 is a pink color. Why? The question is asking you. Oxygen gives colors to it. Oxygen gives color to it. Charge transfer where manganese gives its electron to oxygen. Simple. Manganese, is it having any unpaired electron to give the electron to the oxygen? Charge transfer, yes, there will be a charge transfer occur when the oxygen gives its electron to manganese. Yes, oxygen donates its electron to the manganese. Due to that, because of taking electron from the oxygen, the manganese charge decreases to 6. That means 1 electron will be gained, hence it becomes colored. Yes, from the anion to the cation attached to it, there is a charge transfer phenomena occur. This charge transfer causes charge transfer, electron transition. This electron transition causes again color to the compounds. So there are the two reasons to exhibit the color. One is DD transition, another is a charge transfer phenomena. None of this wrong. This is the answer. Why not this one, sir? Oxygen itself does not causing the color. Oxygen transferring to the metal which causes the transition. But manganese cannot give the electron because already it is positive. That is the reason why option 3 is the only correct option, and important and very important discussion like your Mn plus 2 previously. Next, you go for the next question, student. Yes, VO4 minus, CrO4 minus 2, MnO4 minus are pale yellow, strong yellow, intense purple, respectively. In aqueous solution, the darkening of the colors is due to charge transfer, DD transition, off-filled d subshells, or increasing number of unpaired electrons. Already saying the darkening of the color is due to, let us consider VO4 minus 1, vanadium, 4 2s are 8, 4 2s are 8, okay, 8 minus 1, vanadium plus 7, is it correct or not? CrO4 minus 2, let us say 4 2s are 8, chromium plus 6, MnO4 minus 1, 4 2s are 8, that is plus 7. Sir, here chromium, let us say 0 unpaired electron, 0 electron, here also 0 electron, 0 d electron. There is no d electron in their valency shell, okay, but they exit colors. Generally, just now I said to you, as there is no d electron, even though they exhibit color, means they should be charge transfer is the phenomena. Okay, student, now you go for the next question. The presence of strong electric field, the following set of orbitals are not degenerate. Yes, previously we told to you, whenever the absence of any ligand, all the d orbitals are degenerated, that is dxy and dyz, dzx and dx square minus y square and dz square. There are the 5 degenerate orbitals are present. In the presence of electric field, that means by the approach of the ligand, the d orbital splits depending upon the direction of electric field or the ligand approach. If they are along the axis, who is along the axis containing orbitals? Yes, that is lobes which are present on the axis. Who is present? D x square y square and d z square, and the lobes which are present between the axis, they are dxy or dyz or dzx. In this 3d orbital, the lobes are present between the axis. If their lobes are on the axis, either the approach of ligand along the axis or between the axis, they splits into 2. They are dx square y square and dz square is one set, dxy, dyz and dzx is one set. Because in these 2 orbital, the lobes are on the axis, in this the lobes are between the axis. Now tell me, 3dxy, 3dz square, dxy, dyz. In the presence of strong electric field, the following set of orbital does not degenerate. Is it degenerate? They may be degenerate or these two may be degenerate. No choice. xy, yz, xy, yz always degenerate with respect to electric field also. Without any electric field or magnetic field, all these are degenerate to each other. xy, yz and zx, yes, these are degenerate. X square, y square and z square, yes, these two are degenerate. I think everybody understood. If the ligand or electric field approach along the axis if comes, which lobes are get repelled more? Which orbitals are get repelled more? Yes, those lobes which are present on the axis, get repulsion more, are repelled more. That means which are that x square, y square and z square. In these 2 orbital, the lobes are on the axis. That is why these 2 set of orbital always having degeneracy, and these 3 orbital, the lobes are between the axis. These 2 set gets one type of repulsion, these 2 sets gets one type of repulsion, either along the axis or between the axis. If along the axis, if it come, this Ez goes up and 2 to z case down. But if the between the axis if approached, this T2G gets up, EG gets down, but the splitting is always these two set is one type and these three set is one type. Please observe the point. Why do that? In these two orbital lobes are on the axis, in these three orbital lobes are between the axis. Independent or irrespective of the approach of electric field or ligand. Okay, my lobes, my d orbital splits, that is in these three as one set and these two as one set. That is why which are not degenerate. This one and this one never be. Why? These are lobes on the axis, in this between the axis. That is why answer should be this is correct. Now we go for the next question, student. Which of the following pair is colored? Again the same thing apply. In the first option, titanium plus 3, vanadium plus 2. Titanium 3D1, 4S0. Vanadium, scandium, titanium, vanadium. That is 3D3, 4S0, 23. Both are having minimum one unpaired electron. That's why they should be colored. We have to check other one also. Titanium plus 4, that is 3D0, 4S0. Cu2, Cl2, each copper is plus 1, that is 3D. Both, which of the following pair is colored, but it may be blue color sometime, but 3D10 and 4S0, no unpaired electron. Number 3, Hg2Cl2, anhydrous copper sulfate. You please see student, copper sulfate, copper plus 2. Okay, if it is a hydrated copper sulfate, in your 10th class itself, you done an experiment. Okay, what is that? Take a anhydride copper sulfate, add a little amount of water and it become, what is that? Blue color. Without water, no color, white color. Why? No splitting of dd orbital, no splitting of d orbital in the anhydrous copper sulfate. Even though the configuration is copper plus 2, it looks like 3D9 and 4S0. Sir, there is a one unpaired electron, no splitting of orbital takes place. Even though unpaired. That is why anhydrous copper sulfate is white in color. Hg2Cl2, already you know, 4D, 5D, 10 and 4S1, no d electron. That is why again these two are not colored. And what is that? I think that was mistaken. Okay, now you go for the first option. This is the only one, both having the unpaired electron. That is why option 1 is correct one. Now we go for the next one, student. Yes, amongst the colorless species are, again you try to that, find titanium F2 minus 2. What is this meaning? Difluoro titaniate 2 ion minus 2. That is, each charge is 0. Titanium charge is 0. That is 3D2, 4S0. Central metal atom electron configuration. Cobalt CO F6 minus 3, hexafluoro cobaltate, hexafluoro cobaltate 3, 6 minus 3 and 3, cobalt 3, 3D7, 4S2, 3D6, 4S0. Here 2 unpaired electron, here 4 unpaired electron. Now you go for that nickel, tetrachloro nickelate 2. Tetrachloro nickelate 2, 4 minus 2, 2. The charge on the ion. Sir, how to find out? You please simply apply the logic. NiCl4 minus 2. The charge is minus 4. Outside and inside, the same charges are like charges are there. Subtraction 4 minus 2. That is 2. Of outside and inside, opposite charges addition. That is the way. 4 minus 2, 2, nickel plus 2, 3D8 and 4S0, that is 2 unpaired electron. The colorless species are, which one? COF6 minus 3, and NiCl4, which one they given? Titanium, that is titanium F2 minus 2, titanium 0, that is 2 unpaired electron is there, cobalt plus 3, okay, and some more things are given, some more thing is they given, colorless species. The colorless species are, you have to go for this one also, that is the mistake they given, COF63, NiCl4 minus, both are colored, titanium F6 minus 2, COF6 minus 3 colored, titanium F6 minus 2 and Cu2Cl2. Yes, here is the mistake student, okay, and the colorless species are, okay, among the titanium this one, all are colored according to the given option, 2 unpaired electron and they have 4 unpaired electron and this have 2 unpaired electron. Because of having these all are irrespective of the your option, that is all the given options are colored only. That means if you go for the question was missing, Cu2Cl2 was missing, after adding that is the mistake. Okay student, then you can go for the pair, but according to the given question all these are colored because of having unpaired electron. Now we go for the next one student. Yes, cuprous ion is colorless while cupric ion is colored because Cu plus 1, Cu plus 2. This is colored, colorless because of having one unpaired electron. Cuprous ion has completely d orbital while cupric ion has an incompletely d orbital. Yes, cuprous ion has exactly half filled, wrong. Cupric ion has completely filled d orbital, wrong. And cupric ion as half filled is wrong. The one and only statement which is correct to our question is cuprous ion as completely filled d orbital, that is 3d10. Cupric ion, that is 3d9. Because of having one unpaired electron, because of having completely d orbital. This is colorless and this is colored. You got the answer one? Next, color of ferrous ion. In previous example, while I have given columns of matching, what is that? Fe plus 2 ion is a pale green color. Like that we have to identify. That means you should have the knowledge on the colors of the ions. Please remember that along with their charges. S. Colors in transition metal compounds is attributed to small size of the metal. No, that does not provide any information to the colors. Absorption of light in UV region. Yes, this is the wrong. Just now in from first problem onwards I am saying absorption of light from visible region. Complete NS subshell. Complete NS subshell does not contribute to the color. Incompletely present N-1D subshell. Yes, this N-1D subshell is the cause, that is DD splitting and DD transition will leads to the colors of the compound. Therefore, fourth is the only correct answer. Now we go for the next question student. Which of the following cation is colorless in aqueous solution? Copper plus 2, 3d9. 1 unpaired electron, scandium 21, 3d0, no unpaired electron or no d electron, iron 3, 3d5, 5 unpaired electron, and cobalt plus 3, 3d7, 4s2, that is 3d6, that is 4 unpaired electron. The one and only ion which has no d electron, no dd transition, no absorption of color, no emission of color, no exhibition of the color. That's why answer should be 2. Thank you very much students. These are the some important things regarding to your color properties of the transition metals.